She was at my house every weekend, sitting across from me at my kitchen table, holding my hand. While I cried over him, telling me I deserved better, telling me she was there for me, no matter what. In the entire time she was already with him, 8 months. My best friend of 7 years looked me in the eyes and lied to my face every single day. But the way I found out, and what I did next, changed everything. My name is Jess. I'm 28. I live in Austin, Texas. Marcus and I dated for 2 years. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party, and it felt like the kind of connection you only read about in books. Easy, electric, effortless. For the first year, everything was perfect. Then slowly, things changed. He became distant, distracted, always busy, always tired, always an excuse. We broke up on a Wednesday evening in October. He said he needed space to figure things out, that it wasn't about me, that he still cared about me deeply. I believed him because I wanted to believe the end was clean, that there was no one else, that it was simply two people growing apart. I had no idea the truth was sitting right next to me the entire time. Her name is Dana. Dana and I had been best friends since college. 7 years. She was my person, the one I called at 2 a.m. The one who knew every secret, every fear, every wound. When Marcus and I broke up, Dana was the first person I called. She came over that same night with wine and takeout. She sat with me for 4 hours while I cried. She told me Marcus didn't deserve me. She told me I was going to be okay. She held my hand. And she was already talking to him. The signs were there, just like they always are. Dana started canceling on me more. Little things at first. A dinner here, a coffee there. Always a reason. Always something came up. She stopped asking about Marcus. In the beginning, she checked in constantly. Are you okay? Have you heard from him? How are you feeling? Then, suddenly she just stopped bringing him up entirely. Once I mentioned I was thinking about texting him, she got quiet for a second and then said very carefully, I just think you should focus on yourself right now. I thought she was being a good friend. She was protecting herself. There was one evening when I was driving home, and I thought I saw Marcus's car parked outside a restaurant I knew Dana liked. I remember thinking, what a coincidence. I didn't slow down. I didn't stop. I kept driving. Because sometimes we see exactly what is in front of us, and our brain refuses to put it together. Because the truth is too painful to look at directly. I found out on a Sunday afternoon in June, 8 months after Marcus and I broke up. I was scrolling through Instagram, not even looking for anything, when I saw a post from a mutual friend. A group photo from a rooftop party. The weekend before, Dana was in the photo. Marcus was standing next to her. His arm was around her waist, and she was leaning into him. The way you only lean into someone when they are yours? I stared at that photo for a very long time. My first thought was, there must be an explanation. Maybe they just ran into each other. Maybe it was a coincidence. My second thought was, I need to look at her profile. Her profile was public. I scrolled back 3 months. There they were. Not in every photo. They were careful. But enough. A restaurant he used to take me to. A hiking? The Team 5 trail we did together on our first anniversary. Little pieces of my relationship scattered through her feed like she had simply stepped into the life. Used to have I put my phone down. I sat in complete silence for 2 hours. And then I made a plan. I did not call Dana. I did not text Marcus. I did not post anything. I did not tell anyone. I screenshotted everything quietly and I saved it. Then, I waited 1 week. Dana called me on Friday to make plans for the following weekend. She was laughing, relaxed, completely normal. She asked if I wanted to try that new brunch place downtown. I said sure. Sunday works perfectly. We met at the restaurant at 11 in the morning. She was already there when I arrived, sitting at a corner table, smiling when she saw me walk in. We ordered coffee. We talked about work. We talked about our family. She asked how I was doing. I said, "Actually, I want to show you something." I placed my phone on the table between us with the Instagram photo pulled up. I watched her face. She opened her mouth, closed it, looked at the photo. Looked at me. She said, "Jess, I was going to tell you. I just didn't know how." I said, "How long?" She looked down at the table. I said, "Dana, how long?" She said, "About a month after you broke up." 1 month. 1 month after I was crying on her couch. She was already with him. I picked up my phone. I stood up. I put on my jacket. She said, "Please, can we just talk about this?" I said we just did, and I walked out. I did not make a scene. I did not blast her on social media. I did not send angry messages. I did not call Marcus. But I did make some quiet decisions. Dana and I had the same friend group. 8 people who had known each other since college. People who loved us both. I did not campaign against her. I did not try to turn anyone against her. I simply told the truth when people asked why we had stopped talking. Calmly, without drama. Just the facts. One by one, people made their own choices. Within 3 months, 5 of our 8 friends had quietly distanced themselves from Dana. Not because I told them to, but because loyalty means something. And they saw exactly what she had done. Marcus and Dana lasted 4 more months after I found out. I heard through a mutual friend that it ended badly. The relationship that was built on betrayal could not hold its own weight. I was not surprised. Some things cannot survive what they were built on. Here is what I know now that I did not know then. Real friendship does not require you to set yourself on fire. The people who are meant to be in your life will never ask you to betray yourself to stay close to them. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them immediately, fully, without negotiation. I lost a best friend that Sunday morning, but I also lost someone who is never actually my best friend to begin with. And that distinction, as painful as it is, set me completely free. If you have ever been betrayed by someone you trusted completely, you already know that particular kind of hurt. The kind that does not come from an enemy. The kind that only lands that hard. Because you loved them. You are not alone in that, and you will survive it. Trust me, if this story hit close to home, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. News stories every Monday. Wednesday and Friday, this is Broken Payback, and justice always finds its way.